Alright, this is a more than a good enough spot to start. What's going on YouTube? My name is Han, and welcome to my build video. Today we're going to be going over Enshrouded, and I'm going to be showing you my garden hideaway build. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to grapple up here real quick and kind of show you the beginning of the build. I'll also let you have a little sneak peek of the so we just lost school points on that one, but we won't let it slide. So let's go ahead. Actually, let me pull up my map real quick. I'm going to show you exactly where we're located. So if you go from the center vault and you go all the way to the east over here, you'll see there's a little hidden shroud root up under here, and this is where we're building at. So over here we have the shroud right in front of us, and then over here we have somewhere, like, I think it's the Kindle Waste as well. And if we look over that direction, that is the Low Meadows Ancient Spire. And you could, if you can make it to that location, you can just kind of fly down and you will eventually make it over here. If you're at a lower level, you just be knowledgeable of the shroud, because that is pretty deadly. It's a higher level shroud, and I think enemies over here in general are just level 9 and up. So just be a little careful of that. So let's start off with the first part of the build here, and which is the low garden, is what I'm gonna call it, or the intro garden. We have a little bench here, which we can wait on people. We can have people wait as we can collect them. Then we're gonna walk up. We got a lot of plants here. We got some aloe vera, we got some potted plants spotted along the way. I went ahead and put some crystal blocks into the stone, or to the stone path here, or the dirt path rather. And it really lets this area pop, especially at night, which we'll get into later on in the video. But for now, let's just walk up here. First little area we have is the water well garden. I really like this area because it's nice and cozy. It's got a nice little view over into the other crag over there, and it looks really nice when you look at it through the canopy. The first part of building is always just find like a really nice location, and this spot right here, especially once you start like building it up, because none of these plants and trees over here before, really starts to shine once you start to like populate it with some stuff. And knowing me, I kind of overdo things. Really leaning towards the flower garden theme of this build, and I kind of took it a little overboard, but nonetheless, here we go. We got some flower pots there, we got some barrels, some little stuff. We got like a little, I forgot the name of this chimney or a stove thing, but we got one of those hidden into the rock. I was able to kind of take some of the blocks out of the stone wall here and then put some grass or some flower soil in there, which allowed me to plant some plants in the wall. Of course, we just put some potted plants here. Once again, this is kind of leading to like our little vacation home, hideaway kind of vibe. Here we got our front porch. Once again, overlooking the garden and our pathway. Yeah, there you can see the crystal block is really starting to pop out there. And let's go over here. So if I open this door here, this leads into our main hallway. And if I open this door here, this leads into the mud room kind of area. So it's a little storage. Go ahead and close that up, and we'll go in through this way. Here, try to keep it really simple. Like I said, anybody who's known me for long and seen some of my older builds that I haven't posted yet, I can very easily clutter up a room, and so I really try not to overdo these first couple rooms over here, these first couple sections, because as we get into it, the further we get in, I really like clutter. So here we got our first room, and we got our cobblestone wall, which is the rough stone block. And then we got some highly polished stone mixed in with some refined stone, some regular stone block, to create this really unique looking passage area. We'll go over here to the right. here, we have our office room with the big double doors with some stone windows. I think on this floor, on the main floor, we're using all stone window blocks because this is a primarily stone on the bottom, and then we have a lot more woods on the top. So yeah, here we go. This is kind of like the little research room that we researched the shroud before we head on out there. Go ahead and close that up. Close that one up as well. And then we'll head into our next staircase kind of hallway, which leads into the kitchen here. And we have like our grand fireplace. Really tall ceilings here. Some windows that lead into the upstairs rooms. We have a cooking station. Some books, some pots, some extra pans, some cleaning utensils, some mortar. And then we have our outside entrance to the patio that we went through earlier. More on that later. I'll stop in and explain a little bit more about that. For now, we're going to go into our family room. So this is where, like medieval times, like the family would eat, like the family dining room. It's kind of smaller, a lot more homey. It's not where we would eat at like the grand hall or something like that. When we go downstairs in the basement, we'll show more of that kind of room. But for now, this is our first floor balcony, and it is from the kitchen side, or the dining side rather. And the garden is really really showing itself. It's really beautiful, man. This is such a beautiful location. Close that back up. I'm gonna show you some extra of the spare dishes. Extra little area back here. One thing I wish they had is like actual glass, like a glass texture. There's technically glass in the game, but it doesn't have, whenever you use like a window, it doesn't have the glass texture, which is kind of a plus because it allows you to use these windows in kind of a weird kind of shape. But it'd be kind of also nice to have a window with the kind of glassy texture. I assume they didn't do it for performance reasons. This game runs incredibly well despite like how intensive it is. So that is really impressive. Let me close that before we go there. So as we come upstairs, obviously we have a very tight little transition section, but we got a little seating room here. We have the tallest of the towers of the build, which is for the bathroom section. And then we have way up there, we have one of the braziers. Surprisingly, it does actually kind of light this room up at night. Not very well on its own, which is why I added the candles here, but yep, there it is. Then we have our guest hallway, which leads to the guest bedroom, which is nice and cozy. Like I said before, this is a lot more wood. We have the timbered wood block going through the majority of the upstairs build, but we still kept it nice and varied with a nice different mixture of blocks. We got some regular stone block, rough stone blocks, some refined wood, some rough cut flintstone block, some fancy stone. Nice mixture of some materials. Alright. Coming along, we have the upstairs bathroom / shower area for the guest. And if we keep going on to the room that we saw before, this is the primary bedroom. Looking very cozy. Got some big tall ceilings here. If you come along this section, we got some cupboards and like a little private eating room for the main masters of the house. Got a double bed. And for the primary bedroom side, coming now from the right side, we have the upstairs balcony, which is right off the primary bedroom. So you can kind of see here. Flowers, admire the view. And then come back into your bedroom. One of this. And we have the primary bathroom. I'm not quite sure how I like how this came out. I could probably do this a little bit better in hindsight. But like I said, I'm kind of new to building in this game. So I've been building a lot in Enshrouded, or not Enshrouded rather, in Valheim. And this game just came out, so we just started building in here. And learning a new system is always difficult for me, but this is kind of my best attempt at a new build system, and I think it can turn out pretty good. Looking up, you can kind of briefly see the middle tower, which leads above this little staircase room. When we get to the ceiling, we'll show you a little bit more of that. But for now, let's come back down. Let's go all the way back down, and we're going to go to the basement. So here, we have some more storage room. Once again, we're using a lot more of the stone blocks because we are in the basement. This is primarily a stone kind of area. One thing to notice is that we're using mycelium block, which kind of has this cobweb, old basement, kind of mushroomy look to it. Mycelium block is one of the rarest blocks I've seen used in any build, so I really wanted to try to implement it somewhere. I think I did a good job with it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But here we have our first room, which is the alchemist room, or our first NPC, I should say. Bro's living pretty spooky like. Then we're gonna go down to here. One thing to note, I want to briefly point out, is the ceiling blocks. So when you use it for the floors, as you can see the different kinds of ceilings or the different kind of flooring that we use for the upstairs. I really liked the way it looked in this room, so I kept it. But I wanted this room to feel a little bit more special, and so we went ahead and put a double floor on this room. And that's what you see up there. So that room is the kitchen side, or not the kitchen side, the dining side, the family dining side, and it already uses the highly polished stone block. So we just kind of kept that there, and then we started with the double floor on this side. And here we have the more formal dining area where we will use for our guests and like business clients that will come down here, because we don't eat with, where we keep our family at. At least they don't in like the noble societies and medieval times. They would have it separate. A nice little waiting room area slash flower prep. This is a garden hideaway, so we got a lot of prep flowers for the outside. And then over here we have our flame. Put that back up just to show you what that is. And we have a hidden door right off our flames room. We have, it's kind of anticlimactic now, but here we go. We have the rest of our NPCs. We have our archer here. And we got 2 beds for him. Hard day at work, you might want to take a little nap. And we got off our production side over here. We go over here, we have the production for our carpenter. And some dry racks. I don't think there's anything in them at the moment. We come over here, we have the blacksmith. And we briefly come down here. When we defeat the hollow halls, he will go here, the collector. Little spot for him. Another great view for the spires. We're kind of like on the edge of the garden over here. This spot looks really cool at night. We're gonna come through here. Come through here. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with this room yet, but kind of build it as a little getaway. And a nice way to get over here if we wanted to jump off and kind of go over to the kindled waste. We'll do it from here. Let's go on back here. And let's go through this door. So this door is very tight in here, but if you go all the way up, This leads back into our garden. And as you can see, I used to have a door there, but I took the door off. So with this lighting, you almost can't tell that that's an entrance down there. It's kind of like a little hidden thing. So if you know, you know. And this is our outdoor eating area. This is probably where you take most of your guests, the ones that you like, just kind of like the friendly guests, should I? And there we have Emily, my lovely wife, who's telling me I should go to the ancient spire in the Riverwood. This is like this is kind of like a fresh world. I did want to build in my main world. I couldn't technically because all my flames were taken up. So if I wanted to build a new settlement, I had to make a new world. So I made a brand new world just to bring this to you guys. Over here we have these lovely trees coming in on our lovely plants. I got a little outdoor production area. Joni has like one of everything. There's there. Got some more flower prep with some storage that we can use for our planters to make that process way easier. I really love the update they did to the planters, or just the production in general, being able to take from magical chests. That has made all of this possible. I don't even think I can even keep my sanity and build this without that feature. I'm not even gonna lie. This takes mad time to plant all these trees, all these plants, and you would have to pull in. Back in the day, you have to pull from each of these different chests, and while you're doing that, you probably might as well just start pulling your hair out. But while we got some light out, we're gonna go ahead and continue. We got our main eating gardens, and like, I don't know how to best describe this, but for our main plants, I should say. When building the basement, I accidentally took out some of the fertilized soil here. That's that gap that you see. And for the sake of my sanity, I just decided to move on and try to finish the build and not overdo that. But eventually I need to patch that up now that I've seen it. This is that area that I've seen there. And if you look over to the left, this is kind of what I'm saying. We are definitely on the edge of the map. Like, I think if you try to go over here, this is like the end of early access. So we're definitely on the edge of the world. Over here, let's walk through our little garden. Briefly, kind of step over here, and not hopefully not get stuck. Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro, I thought it was over. Bro, I thought it was over. But I want to get you guys a decent shot of like the structure of the build, which I'm also very proud of. Once again, as you can see from the outside, we have our two balconies, and we have our stone block section with the timbered section on the top. It's kind of a simple layout, but putting a lot of simple things together really gave the house a very unique look. Especially with the garden and the height that we are, like we're like well above the world. And it really feels like we're kind of like our own little floating island up here. Now that it's nighttime too, this is probably a good time to walk through this pathway right here. Leads right back to our well. One other thing to notice, if we kind of get closer to an inside section. We are sitting at a 73 for comfort, which is the highest that you can get in the game. I kind of want to say that it's above at the moment. The previous highest that you can get was like 62 or 63. And I believe the statues or the trophies that you can get in the game are supposed to increase your comfort level. But at the moment, they kind of don't. are not doing it correctly. And I believe the only way to get your comfort higher than 60, not 63, but 67, I believe. Higher than 67 is when you start placing some of the dishes items. Some of those are secretly adding comfort. I might do a video where I show which ones exactly, how to get that higher comfort level. But 63 is pretty high. So if we come up here, this is our middle tower there. It is the medium height of these towers. If we come up here, we have our watchtower, which is the highest point. This is right over the bathroom. And we have our lower tower, which is right over the shower room and that little patio section over there. And I just went ahead and put some planters over here just because the 5 planters that I was originally using down there was just not enough to plant this much stuff, and especially with the variety that I wanted. So, you know, if I wanted something for each plant, I had to have a planter for each of these. So I went ahead and planted these. At first just as a placeholder, and then I thought it kind of looked nice, and so we went ahead and decorated with some potted plants. And once again, we added like a little sleeping area over here. The build really looks nice at night. The whole garden hideaway really comes alive at night. At night, especially like with the red lava area over there. And the lighting on the foliage. Pathway. Actually, I'm just gonna briefly glide down so you kind of see the pathway at night. Really beautiful. Kind of reminds me like an enchanted island. A perfect little hideaway. Flameborn. This spot really lights up at night. Alright, and here we go. And now we're back in our garden side right here. Yeah, this is my build, man. This took almost 2 weeks to build. I know Enshrouded has like build competitions all the time, so let me know in the comment section if you think I should like enter into it. I've never done a build contest before in my life, so I don't know, I'm a little self-conscious and you know about failing on that, but I don't know. I've been really into building games lately, and this has become like my second passion. It's probably a good time in the video to talk about, you know, my return to YouTube. For all those who come in for Enshrouded content, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe for me. And if you're only here for Enshrouded content, and I thank you for clicking on my video. But for my long-term supporters, I do kind of want to feel like I owe you an explanation a little bit. So I took a long break from YouTube, and I basically had just life, just going up and down, different jobs and moving around, changing houses. I just never had a time to re-put my setup back how I wanted, and I just kind of had to put content creation on the side after I went to school. But now that I'm graduated and we're done with that, I got a lot more time on my hands, and I really want to come back to my old passion. I really like making content back in the day, even though I'm not a very large channel. I never had a whole lot of subscribers, but simply the act of making things for people and entertainment has always been fun for me. Playing video games is fun for me, all kinds of video games. I think primarily I used to be a shooter kind of channel, but as you can see, I really have trying to branch myself out since then, and I've been playing a lot of survival games. And I think what we're gonna start doing for the new way I'm gonna do the channel is, for the console side of things, we're gonna also keep the shooting stuff, and the Rainbow Six Siege content, because that's basically what made my channel, and we're not going to change that. However, now that I have a PC, which is the newer thing in my life, now I'm also playing video games on PC. I think with the higher graphics and the higher specs off my PC, we're going to be doing a lot more action and adventure games and survival games, as you see here. And definitely look forward to more tour videos and also streams. So I really thought about actually making a tutorial video on how I built the structure, but that video would have been like 3 or 4 hours long, and I think for a YouTube video that's a bit on the long side. However, what I might do is actually stream it, so that way if you're curious and you're kind of new to building, and you got some questions, you can ask me in live, and we can kind of talk about it, and we can help each other out and help each other with builds. Also help me out with like build ideas and kind of keep my inspiration going for the different builds I want to do in Enshrouded. And there's a lot of things we could build. There's just so much stuff. Like, the devs have really outdone themselves on this game, and the possibilities are just endless. This is a beautiful game, and there's so many different type of builds we do. I've seen people do hobbit houses, I've seen large castles, and we can really get in our bag in this game. Oh, just look at this house, so beautiful. But yeah, we can really definitely get into our bag in this game. As well as, I do now have a face cam, so actually, go ahead and activate it a little bit. I also have a face cam now, so when we start getting back into some of the Siege content, if you're here from Siege, we're definitely doing some more face cams. You probably already started seeing some of the face cam streams. Yeah, let me guys know if you guys want to see more of that. This is kind of an awkward angle because I wasn't ready to do it, but go ahead and turn that off. And yeah, so like my hardware's gotten better. I feel like I've gotten better, I've gotten older, a lot more mature. So this is the oh no. That is one thing I don't like about this game, I gotta say, is there's not a lot of variety in the buttons used for this. So it's very easy to break something unintentionally or pick up something. Anyway, this video is probably already super long, so I'm probably got to bid you guys farewell. Thank you for visiting the channel, coming back to me if you're a long-time supporter of my channel. If you're new to my channel and you're coming in for the the Enshrouded content, thank you for sticking with me this long, and thank you for tuning in. And like I said, like, favorite, and subscribe, and please comment down below what you want to see next from me, and we'll try to make it happen. Until then, my name is Han, and we should see you in the next video.